The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I to the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepares a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them, who anointed I head to no oil. My cup runneth to over. Surely, goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kedemawe gromabi. Hatela e. Igzag beer. Tana istalina ba shante, 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 shante. How mauso bolisa. Mauga so bolisa. I don't know what up. It was sickly for. How? Jakpata bedavio, monye kuo, agbero heavy, magba fumato. Mauga sobolisa, akpe kaka, akpe sia, mauga. Awatanyu moye, oh you waladong, oh you waladong, oh you waladong. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject all these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas, and we use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. Oh yes. This is the address of the truth, the habitat of the truth, the residence of the truth. This is the hometown of the truth. Better still, this is the bedroom of the truth. And we are most excited that you are with us. Thank you so much. We are live on YouTube. Live on Facebook. You can also find us on X, formerly called Twitter. Oh yes, we are also on Instagram and on TikTok. We keep vibrating with the conscious hands, the gracious hands of patriotism. This is our country, or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. And I'm most excited. Yes, extremely excited to be with you. It's yet another very beautiful day. And I just want to say, please, If you have not as yet subscribed to the channel, hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. And again, if you have a story that you want us to follow up on, we are more than just excited to do that. And it's absolutely free of charge. Please pick up the numbers on the screen and do business with us. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. And today, we have 3 very serious issues to deal with. Come here. Hey, yes, please subscribe to the channel. And at this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you so much to Tesori d'Oriente. Oh my God. Italian technology, African raw materials coming into a romantic tango. My brother, my sister, the silkiness. Oh, the softness. Oh, the ladder that comes out of Tesoro d'Oriente takes you on a royal experience every time you have a shower. It is a shower gel. All you need to do, drop a little bit into the middle of your palm, shake up the water in the bath, and it's a rich ladder of foam. My brother, my sister, it takes out all your skin blemishes and nourishes your skin. And above all, when you walk out into serious confidence. For 48 hours and beyond, you smell like the Garden of Eden. Oh my God. And if you are a lady, this one is exactly for you. Oh my God. Listen, it doesn't make you sweat unnecessarily. And it makes sure that it protects your skin against harsh sun effects. This is Tesori d'Oriente, Italian technology, African raw materials. This is premium quality, made extremely affordable. And it comes in so many different fragrances. Remember, I did not say flavors. I said fragrances. Which one is your favorite? Is it the Karma? Or is it the Persian Secret? Maybe it is the Forest Therapy or the Royal Oud. Any which one that you pick from the numerous fragrances, oh my God, you are assured of a place in the Garden of Eden. Are you going to be my Eve? Who is your Adam? My brother, my sister. This is Tesori d'Oriente and is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Please, for bulk purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash on 0244 772599. This is Tesori d'Oriente. Oh, the longest lasting oriental fragrance that keeps lingering on and on and on until to the umpteenth time. This is the Blakk Pot. And I want to also say thank you so much to Millennium Insurance. Oh my God. Millennium Insurance. And when we talk about Millennium Insurance Company Limited, we say your trustworthy partner. What is it you want to insure? Is it the home, the business? Oh, is it some flood, burglary, or some kind of such calamity? Hey, get your comprehensive third-party fire and theft and third-party motor insurance from Millennium Insurance. Oh, yes. And when we talk about Millennium Insurance, the best travel insurance is here, and it covers you. Oh, right from the crown of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. Your personal accident and group personal accident insurance. Oh my God. And when it's time for your claims, in less than a day, you can have your claims delivered to you on the silver platter. Please visit the sales portal, and the head office is right here on the 8th Avenue extension. That's Dr. Isaac Street, not Ridge, right there in Accra. Pick up the numbers and do business. This is Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner when it comes to insurance. It's not every insurance that is an assurance. Some insurances are actually calamitous. My brother, my sister. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Today we have 3 very important issues to look at, and I'm most excited to be with you. And I also want to say thank you so much to Lemfi. Oh my God have mercy. Thank you so much, Lemfi. My God have mercy for joining this wonderful platform. We appreciate you and we love you. And we just want to take the opportunity to say, Lemfi, if you are sending money to Ghana and beyond, from abroad and anywhere you find yourself in the world, you know what to do. It's all about Lemfi. My name is Blakk Rasta, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. If you are ready, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this, my youths. What? End of the road for Kwabena Boahene. Now we have talked about Kwabena Boahene time and again. This guy here was in the UK, working in the cold in one of the firms right there on the streets of London. He was working in an IT firm, and we've given you all the details before. Now, a friend of his talked to him and told him, you know, you are one of the gurus of IT in this company. Why don't you move to Ghana, where there is a new digitalization rave going on? He didn't like the idea, but upon being talked to over and over, he decided to move to Ghana. And when he arrived in Ghana, he realized that, yes, it was all good. His salary was not that bad, though it was a little below what he was receiving there in England. In no time, he rose to become the very first boss of the National Signals Bureau. And that was when calamity started. The biggest mistake the country ever made was to put this crook right there in that position. National Signals Bureau. He allegedly helped to rig elections with one Anoche, who we will be talking about one of these days. They rigged the elections for the NPP. Politicians don't care. As long as they win the elections, they are okay. Whether the ballots are stolen or not, how many people die or not, they really don't care. All they care about is the fact that they have won, no matter how. This guy was allegedly the henchman alongside one Anoche, who we will talk about in full. They came together to rig the elections. There was a time, in fact, the Electoral Commission of Ghana started to complain that its systems were hacked. We were told that these two guys, especially this guy, were those who were behind that kind of dirty work, the hacking of the EC systems, just to be able to steal an election for the NPP. And it's still online. Anybody can go out there and read and verify. There still remain allegations until we go in there and we are able to come out with the hard facts and slap that on these two. But this guy became a king in his own rights. Stolen cars were passing through him, allegedly. Ioko, Economic and Organized Crime Office, headed by Capo di Tutti Capi, Capo Ray, one Raymond Archer, alongside the Minister of Justice, the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini. My brother, my sister, when they came into power in the John Dramani Mahama government, they decided that this man had to be dealt with. They had been able to build so much information about him. How he abducted people just anyhow, as if it was a lawless state. There was an Emirates lady he allegedly asked his boys to pick up. And he had boys who worked under him. Stolen cars coming in from Canada, from America. This guy used his office allegedly as the conduit pipe to have all those stolen cars come through him right here in Ghana. He opened up a car dealership, my brother, my sister, and he was renting out executive cars, exotic cars to so many different business gurus around the world who visited this nation. There was a time, my brother, my sister, he could even go out and arrest anybody at will, torment this person. And he was supposed to be a deacon of a church. A deacon of a church. And it's not just any other church, but the Assemblies of God church. In fact, he strategically placed himself there. And in no time, Reverend Wingham realized that this guy was paying so much tithe, and he got closer to him and even assigned the accountant to him, so that each time it was time to collect tithes, this accountant would just go with a big Ghana must go bag and collect the tithe for the church. He supported the church so much, even with the building of the church, the painting of the church, all from stolen money, allegedly. He stole the money and he tried to use God's name to clean up the money. You steal $1 trillion and you give God 500 Ghana cedis, hoping that that is enough to clean up all the loot. Kwabena Boahene, he was the first boss of the NSB. He was the one who walked over to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and told him, insisting that he needed an office to himself so that he would be able to operate properly. He wanted to break away from the national security. And Nana Addo allowed him because he was his main thief, stealing the elections for him and his cronies. Hallelujah. Allegedly. Now, my brother, Kwabena Boahene, right after the tenure of office of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, right now walked without protection. They had protected him for so long. And when Mahama came into power, he planted boys around Mahama to be able to pick up information, and the president was almost naked. These guys were involved in so many dubious things, including blackmail, we are told. Now, and he didn't operate alone. He had his boys. And there was also a lady, Alaji's wife, Rashida Sani. She used to be called Rashida Nasamu. And together, they become Mr. and Mrs. Akromfo. Allegedly. Going round, tormenting the coffers of the Republic. Building for themselves mansions. They were untouchable at a certain point. He traveled on a diplomatic passport, while Rashida traveled on a service passport. My brother, my sister. And he was able to get so many different contracts for his girlfriend, in quotes, the Alaji's wife, who he was able to get to divorce her husband and follow him. This is Kwabena Boahene. Today, what is new? They were in court. Oh, yes, they went to court. They were in court. Yesterday, they walked into the courtyard, he and his wife. And in these pictures, you can see him here with his wife. And it was the same way they appeared in court yesterday. But this time round, they went through an underground just to protect them and all that. And his lawyer is attaching her. When they went to court, there was a new judge. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. There was a new judge. Many Ghanaians have complained that this trial is taking too long, is delaying. So in the wisdom of the Chief Justice, Justice Bafubone, the Chief Justice, they have to make the courts hurry with the trials, the speedy courts. So special judges have been assigned to some of these criminal cases, very dear to the heart of the nation. Better still, very crucial to the heart of the nation. Come here, my brother. So when Kwabena Boahene got to court, wait, his lawyer, Atachia, there was a new judge sitting there. And his name is a whole mouthful. Justice Francis Apangabunu Achibonga. What a name. This is not a judge to play with. If you want to play with a judge, go and play with those who have names like David, Jonathan. This guy is called Justice Apangabunu Achibonga. That is his name. Have you heard of this judge before? Have you heard of him before? Apangabunu Achibonga. It sounds like a South African name. Siyabonga. But this one is Achibonga Apangabunu. Round the doors here. This is him. Justice Francis Apangabunu Achibonga is a distinguished Ghanaian jurist who currently serves as a justice of the Court of Appeal. And he was sworn in by the President of Ghana as a justice of the Court of Appeal on October 9, 2025, only a few months ago. The President himself handpicked this guy and swore him in because he has faith in this man and the others that were sworn in. Does it tell you something? If this is a president that has all the credibility and is making Ghana tick and talk again, then you can nod your head and say, this is somebody who would push the agenda of the state, my brother, my sister, as fast as he's that energetic. Now, before his elevation, he served as a High Court judge with notable postings at the Adenta High Court and in Koforidua. And in December 2019, he was seconded to the Gambian bench as a High Court judge as part of a technical assistance program from Ghana to help rebuild the Gambia's judicial system. This is Justice Apangabunu Achibonga. Hey. Now, on March 11, 2026, he took over as the presiding judge in the high-profile trial of Kwabena Boahene, the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau. Yes, National Signals Bureau at the Accra High Court. My brother, my sister, Justice Achibonga is widely recognized for his strict adherence to legal procedure and a zero tolerance for deviousness. Hallelujah. I'm finished. Can you see the point? Ethics and integrity. He is a justice full of integrity. Justice Apangabunu Achibonga is widely recognized for his strict adherence to legal procedure and a zero tolerance for deviousness. You know what that word means? Logoligi monfiloto. Hey! Retired Supreme Court Justice William Atuguba has publicly praised him as a solid and brilliant material, highlighting his professional excellence as a candidate for future Supreme Court elevation. And we all remember Atuguba. They are all applauding this guy. That his name, that is a mouthful, is not by chance. It's not easily chewable. Now, in April 2025, he notably declared his intent to fish out lawyers he believed were being dishonest with the court, reinforcing his reputation for integrity. Just last year, he said, I am going after some lawyers who are dishonest, taking bribes, don't speak the truth, they are crooks, and destroying the legal system. Me, Apangabunu Achibonga, I will go after them one after the other. Put them on the chopping board, slice them, and use their body for chichinga. Hallelujah. He holds a Bachelor of Laws, LLB, from the University of Ghana, and a Master of Laws, LLM, specializing in oil and gas, just like me. I don't have a law degree, but I have a master's in oil and gas management. As of late 2019, he had already served over 15 years in the legal profession across the bar and bench. Dash it away. This is the man we are talking about. Justice Apangabuno Achibunga. Apangabuno Achibunga. What a name. I've already fallen in love with this guy. My brother, Apangabuno Achibunga, who is now sitting on this thing. And the Chief Justice says it has to be speedy, very fast. Boahene went to stand in front of this guy with his wife, my brother, my sister, and his lawyer, Atachia, also appeared and decided, my brother, my sister, to interact, what we call cross-examine. He cross-examined Ruby. Edith Ruby. Opokuwa Dumwa. This lady. And she was with the national security. Ghana Web did a great job by giving us toe-to-toe exactly what happened in court. Let's see what happened. Run the story. My brother, my sister, they went to court, and there she was. New judge takes over Republic versus Boahene trial midway. Run the story. Watch it. Now, Justice Francis Apangabuno Achibunga on Wednesday, that's yesterday, March 11, 2026, assumed responsibility for the high-profile trial of Kwabena Boahene, the former Director General of the National Security Bureau, and two others, National Signals Bureau, and two others at proceedings held at the Accra High Court, Criminal Court 3. Now, Justice Achibunga takes over from Justice John Eugene Nyante Nyadu of the Accra High Court as the General Jurisdiction 10. Now, during the first proceedings under the new judge, the Attorney General's prosecution witness, Edith Ruby Opokuwa Dumwa, head of finance at the NSB, came under intense scrutiny during cross-examination led by Samuel Atachia Esquire, who represented the accused. Dash it away. So what did they say in court? 3 News. My own 3 News was there. My brother, my sister. And what did Edith say in court? And is contained here. It says, former Signals Bureau Director Kwabena Boahene pre-financed national security special operations on a number of occasions. Leave it there. That was what Ruby said in court. What does it mean? Dash it away and come here. Now, watch this. It came out that the head of finance, Madam Edith Ruby Opokuwa Dumwa, during cross-examination, said that there were some operations that were supposed to be done by Kwabena Boahene, and because money had not been given out first, Kwabena Boahene had to go out and pre-finance that. In other words, he had to go out there and work and later come in and ask for payment. Is this true? Now, Boahene was the first boss of the National Signals Bureau. Bring the code card again. The first boss of the National Signals Bureau. And this one says, former National Signals Bureau Director Kwabena Boahene pre-financed national security special operations. Dash it away. It was still under the national security. And it came out that Boahene said that he pre-financed some of the operations and then came later to take money from the national security. My brother, my sister, Now, this is a big question. Is it allowed? Listen attentively. Is this allowed? National security issues. And a man is asked to take money from his own personal pocket and go on the operation and later come and be paid. Boahene said, as confirmed by his former finance boss, that there were some operations that he, Boahene, used his own personal money to pre-finance so that later he would come and take the money back. Why would he pre-finance an operation? Oh, it's urgent. It needs to happen right now. We cannot wait for another 2 days, 3 days, 5 days to put all the documents together and get the money before we go. Therefore, he would go on his own on such an operation and later on return and ask for the money to be paid him. My brother, if this is anything to go by, then I wonder what kind of national security we had. That an individual would be asked to use his personal money to go on an operation. And if you get to know how much money was involved in that operation, you will shiver. How was the individual supposed to raise the money? And then later, you come back and say, oh, I went for an operation like this, like that. Pay me. And there will be a signature there. The other man too will sign, and then the money will be paid. Remember, his boss died. So right now, any signature we are seeing is a dead man's signature. It's going to be verified. Whether the dead man truly signed all those documents or the crook Boahene, as we are told, faked all those signatures because he's a fake king. He has so many documents that are fake. And if you are not smart, he will convince you that there's a witch hunt on his life. He's been able to convince a couple of journalists. Maybe he's giving them something small. And they believe in his lies. This was what happened in court yesterday. It came out that while Boahene was the National Signals Bureau boss, he could go on operations and finally come back to the national security, the mother, and say, I went on this operation, went on that operation, please. This was how much I spent. This was how much I spent. Pay me that. And he always had his way. And the finance girl will sit down there and she will receive a certain document or communique that has a signature there and the signature of the boss. Was he faking the boss's signature? After the boss had died, the Attorney General has already made it clear that if his boss was alive, he would have arrested him. Did Boahene take advantage of the death of his boss? But the excitement is in one thing. Much as we respect all judges and love the justice system, I am glad that so many other justices that Ghana respects so much are all extolling the virtues of this guy here called Justice Apangabuno Achibonga as a no-nonsense justice. Number two, when it comes to ethics and integrity, he hates dubiousness, deviousness. And he was on the way to catching some lawyers he believed were nothing but charlatans. It looks like we are going to have a big trial. Now, this was what came out earlier. That former Signals Bureau Director, Kwabena Boahene, gave loans to national security. That was how it was interpreted. But this one later was withdrawn by 3 News because it didn't represent exactly what was said in court. This would have even been more serious. How could you give loans to an institution that is bigger and richer than you? So this was withdrawn. And the second one came to replace this. This was what happened. He didn't give out loans. As widely circulated, former Signals Bureau, National Signals Bureau Director, Kwabena Boahene, pre-financed national security special operations on a number of occasions. His boss is dead, and his signatures are now all over the place. Is Boahene faking the signatures? Where are the forensics people? My brother, my sister, I am excited that the Chief Justice, in his own wisdom, dash it away, has decided that there must be a speedy trial. Are you not excited? My brother, my sister. And this is a justice that the president himself picked up. And at the swearing in, the president said only one thing. When you see justice, embrace justice as it is your ethic. It's time for justice. And the lawyers who are busily going around taking bribes, justice, apangabuno, achibunga, is coming for you. And all the devious people before him in his courts, the jailhouse is open wide. As it stands right now, it doesn't look like Kwabena Boahene has any chance of circumventing anything, as has been said in the past. It is time to face reality. It is time for Ghana to be served justice. It is time for Ghana to grow beyond gimmicks in court. Wasting so much time talking about Ghana must go. Remember the last trial? The judge was complaining. Justice Nyanti. Why? Counsel, why are you talking so much about Ghana must go? I really don't know where you are going with this. Today we have a no-nonsense justice. He's sitting on it and he's bent on finishing this. In Wuntumi's case, on the 26th of March, there would be a decision. And the to and fro from the court. Judgment is coming. This is Judgment Day. And to come Boahene, if you are truly innocent, may you be free. But if you are the crook, the king of stolen cars, the very rotten guy that we have been told about, we will visit you in jail. It's the end of the road for you. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey, Hoyo! Woyo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, Thalassotherapy, Ikigai, Fior di Loto, and Karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot, Kuku show them.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, where we speak truth to power. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. Oh gosh. Please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification button so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the home of exclusives. This is the Black Pot, Kuku Show, where we speak truth to power. The headquarters of the truth story. Number 2. Watch this. Mahama'S new private jet raises eyebrows. Mahama'S new private jet raises eyebrows. Just yesterday, Manasseh Awini Azure, who is studying in the United States of America, posted something beautiful. And this is Manasseh. He is an investigative journalist of respect. Through him, a lot of money has been recouped to the nation. He's one man I trust and I believe so much. He's one man who could have been so rich if he was devious. His father, a watchman, raised him and his siblings the hard way. There was discipline. The poverty never made him steal or become devious. This is Manasseh Awini Azure. When it comes to the fight against corruption, he is one person Ghanaians will never forget. A lot of exposés. Sometimes he takes a big flack. Other times he just glides through and everybody applauds him for his work. He's won a lot of awards all over the country and beyond. And he's now studying on scholarship in America, where he also lectures once in a while. Very soon he'll be done with his thesis and he'll be returning home. This is Manasseh Awini Azure. He posted something. What did he post? He said, if Gabi Ochridakun were a private businessman, owned a private jet, and President Akufo-Addo used it for official trips, ... Many people were not happy about the post. And when you read comments there, people like Kevin Taylor were not too happy about this post. And they came out publicly and spoke against this. My brother, my sister, this didn't end there. Franklin Kujo is with Imani. He's the founder of Imani, a national think tank. And he's a brilliant guy. My brother, my sister, he also said something. What did Franklin Kujo say about this private jet? Mr. President, with due respect, you cannot be asking your appointees not to travel without providing economic justification. And then you jump on your brother's plane without providing us reasons why you think it is the only safe, available, and cheaper airline. You recently flew commercial, and your communications team happily shared videos. We all applauded. Seriously, This sends conflicting signals about your own fidelity to the public code of conduct for public office. This is the second time I've heard about using Mr. Ibrahim Mahama'S plane, and you may be earning back your own dead goat syndrome, which was last rejected by many. Please stop. Dash it away. My brother, so these two great guys have spoken against a certain private jet. Now, the private jets, they are two. One just got acquired this March 2026 and is called the Bombardier Global 6500. The Bombardier Global 6500. This is what it is. My brother, it's sleek and it is customized. You see the Jata symbol on it is owned by Ibrahim Mahama. Can I take you through the inside of this plane so you see exactly what the inside is like? It's a sleek beauty, and the inside is like this, exotic, flamboyant. Oh, this is what the inside looks like, and is owned by Ibrahim Mahama, the CEO of Engineers and Planners, the founder of Jetta Cement. How much did he buy this plane for? 70 million American dollars. Where is the money from? Of course, he's a businessman. He has a whole cement factory. The only Ghanaian who owns a cement factory. The other one is Gasem Cement, owned by the state. My brother, my sister, Dangote has his own factories, but this is the Dangote of Ghana. As we speak right now, Ibrahim Mahama, a brother of the president. He was long an established businessman before his brother even went into active politics. Their father was a top-notch politician, and the Kwame Nkrumah, he was one of the ministers most trusted. So it's a family of politicians, but Ibrahim decided that he will never do politics. Business. My brother, 70 million. Many people said he took a loan. My brother, my sister, from Stanchart, or is it from Stanbic? Whatever it is, there's a Stan. Whether it's the big or the chart, he took a loan of about 205 million American dollars. As to whether that is true or false, my brother, my sister, this is a man who does business and he has access to loans even in opposition when his brother was in opposition. And remember, the last time we had an issue about the loans and all that, everything was finally paid up. And he's a very credible guy when it comes to loan. This is Ibrahim Mahama. He bought that plane, allegedly, for 70 million American dollars. My brother, my sister, and this is the plane. It is the Bombardier Global 6500. And it came this March a few days ago. But before this, in 2012, he bought another one. That was the first plane he bought before this one. And that one was also a Bombardier. But that was a Bombardier Challenger 604. And in 2012, he bought it for 25 million American dollars. This is the plane. And you still see the Jata there, customized. He flew this plane, left, right, and center for his businesses from 2012. When his brother was in opposition, he was sitting in this and flying also time after time. it was not an issue. But when he became president, of course, things changed. 25 million American dollars, he bought that. Now let's go into the real conversation now. When President Mahama flies in his brother's planes, does he pay? Round the doors here. When President Mahama flies using his brother's private jet, this one here called the Bombardier Challenger 604. Now, according to official government statements, traveled by John Dramani Mahama on his brother's private jet comes at no cost to the taxpayer. Absolutely. Government officials, including Minister of State Felix Kwabena, have stated that the jet is provided free of charge as a private resource, positioning it as a cost-saving measure, while the official private jet is under review by the Air Force. However, the arrangement has sparked significant debate, with critics and political opponents presenting different figures and concerns. Supporters maintain the use of the Jata jet, the Bombardier Global 6500. That's the new one. The president just jumped onto the new one. Okay? For official trips, such as to Gambia, Senegal, and South Korea, using the older one is a gesture of support that avoids public expenditure. But the opposition says otherwise. Political critics have claimed the state pays roughly 17,000 American dollars per hour. Per hour. It means in 2 hours, you can actually buy the Bombardier Challenger 604, which in 2012 was 25 million. Can you see that? So 2 hours. If in 1 hour you pay 17,000 American dollars, approximately 272,000 Ghana cedis for the just use, though these claims have been strongly refuted by the presidency as propaganda. I wonder if the airlines would actually be making money. 1 hour flying this small plane, you pay 17,000 American dollars. My brother, my sister. Then 6 hours will be how much? 10 hours will be how much? Market rate comparison. Now, some analysts note that chartering an equivalent aircraft, listen, privately, would typically cost between 15,000 and 20,000 per hour. That's if you are chartering it, with all the profits factored in and all the other services. That's how much it will cost. Ethical concerns, and this is the most important part of the whole conversation. Now, regardless of the financial cost, some members of parliament and civil society groups have raised concerns about a potential conflict of interest in a sitting president using his brother's private jets. Dash it away. Now, my brother, let's go into the conversation proper. When the president came into power, there was no jet for Ghana. It came out that the jet was so faulty. It was even said, you can call that conspiracy theory, that it was bugged. They sent it all the way to France to go and fix it and bring it back. As it came, now the Air Force is scrutinizing it for bugs and also for safety. We just saw a helicopter crash on the 6th of August last year, taking 8 lives away. So it needs to be checked so people will be sure that the jet is in the right condition. Until then, Mr. President started flying commercial. Will sit in the economy class, sometimes maybe in the business class, and he will fly with all his people. And my brother, look at where the president flies to. Zambia. It's not a place of luxury. He's not flying to the Bahamas to be on the beaches and see sexy queens. Strictly state issues. He flies all the way to South Korea, the country whose capital is Seoul, the miracle on the Han River, to be able to find out why that country is called a miracle country. It's rated about 17 in the list of the most industrialized countries in the world. He says he wants to go there. And the Koreans, South Koreans are already excited. In South Korea, there are no sexy beaches where bikini-clad ladies are walking. So it's 100% business. He goes to the Gambia, my brother, my sister, and then he tries to work out something very important for the nation. And in all these countries, there's no Bahamas there. There's no Trinidad, there's no Tobago, there's no Jamaica. The president will stand at the train station waiting for his turn to jump onto a train, President of the Republic, because he wants to save money. I think what Ghanaians are forgetting is one thing. This president is bent on saving every penny of the Ghanaian cedi. This president is so bent on leaving a legacy, even if it will take his head. This president has made up his mind that in this tenure, he would be as far away as the sun is from the moon, from corruption. Excuse me. This president has made up his mind, unlike the other guy who promised God a cathedral and ended up providing him with an empty, unlubricated hole. It only gets lubricated when the rains fall and toads and frogs take a jolly ride, backstroking, butterfly stroking in the muddy waters of the lubricated hole. He sank so much money into it. What did Mahama promise Ghana? He promised God that he would leave a legacy that would be so enviable. Many would even think about building him a statue. And when he came into power, we have seen everything absolutely. Tell me what you haven't seen. Look at the GDP of the nation. Look at the inflation rate of the nation, 3% and still going down. Unprecedented. Should this not be a president who even deserves to sit on a rocket and fly to the moon? Is this president so far not deserving of sitting on a rocket and flying to the moon? To sit on the moon, cross his legs and drink a cold, non-alcoholic wine. And if he's a Rasta man, he might take a puff of the international herb and say, wow, this is Ghana's Yuri Gagarin. My brother, look at how his appointees are all scared to attempt any scandal. Look how costs have been cut for Independence Day celebration. Look how the so-called ex-gratia is already beginning to shiver as if he had popo. Look how this president is bringing the whole of Africa together to come and see what is happening in Ghana. He sits in a commercial flight with every other person, shakes hands with them, Forget the risks. He flies all the way down like any ordinary person. He waits at the train station, waiting for his train to come. He jumps into it and he goes there. He wakes up so early so he would not miss. And the newspapers in England and all those places started talking about the president who was so humble to commute. The word is commute. If this president can walk up to his brother and say, my brother, you know what? Anywhere I'm going to fly to, and there's a bit of an issue, I would like to use your private jet. I won't pay you any money because the nation has already given you a certain contract here. This contract there, please give back to the nation. Will you do it? Instead of sitting Chinese people down and telling them to give kickback. Give me kickback so that I'll give you this contract. Give me kick front so I'll give you this contract. And very dirty appointees pocketing that. We give you the contract, but we'll come back to you for a favor. I honestly don't see anything wrong with that. When he was at home in opposition, his own brother used to visit him. And many said he would never be president again. And the prophets all said he would never be president again, except one or two, because he was a murderer. When the opportunity came, victory staring him right in his cringing brows, he said, God, this could only be you. Whatever I will do to glorify your name, including sacrificing my son, Isaac. We could even add Ishmael. I will sacrifice the two of them, including myself, to your glory. Let it happen. Is it too much to ask a brother, if that jet is free, fly me to this country? It's part of your contribution to the upliftment of the nation. Can I ask one question before we go? The money that, in quotes, Ibrahim is spending on flying his brother to Gambia or some other place, would it have been different money? Would we have said different things if he had gathered that same amount of money and brought to the people of Ghana to say that I'm donating this for use in building some markets or some schools? Can I repeat that question? If it cost $20 million, let's even say $50 million, to fly the president from here to Korea and back, if Ibrahim Mahama had gathered all the 50 million and organized a press conference and said, I'm donating this money to Ghana, please use that to build schools here and there and there, would we have taken it? Or would we have complained and called it conflict of interest? Why should it be conflict of interest if that money is invested in flying in the name of Ghana? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm just a messenger of the Most High. When a man is bent on leaving a legacy, he can sacrifice his own son. What is a plane? What is a plane? Of course, I do understand that Ibrahim is a businessman. And if he gives favor to his brother, he might be tempted to go back to his brother and say, you know, I did this favor, I did that favor, I did that favor. I want the whole of the Nimri forest so I can make more money to fly you around. There is that danger. That is why Ghanaians are here to watch. The next time we see that Nimri forest is given to Ibrahim, or the whole of the McLean Dam in Bolga is given to Ibrahim, we would like to find out if this is a repayment for the favors. If it's not, prove to us that to whom much is given, much is required. And who gave who what, and who is required to reciprocate. In the interim, Mahama is doing a great job. Understand the fears of Ghanaians, conflict of interest, and all that. But my brother, my sister, as Franklin Kujo said, and I support him, Mr. President, come out and tell us, all the flying, why are you using a businessman's plane, your own brother? Is it safer? Is it cheaper? Is it more comfortable? Tell us. But we all know that there's a private jet that is being serviced and scrutinized by the Air Force. The day the Air Force comes out to say, you know what, this jet is okay, 100% to fly, then we will see whether the president will fly it or not. Finally, the president only once in a while sits in his brother's plane. All other times, he's sitting right there in the economy class, commercial, and flying. I can excuse that. Once in a while, if my office car is broken and I can borrow my girlfriend's car, or my wife's car, or my brother's car to go to work and serve the people of Ghana, should that be a problem? Let's think. Should that be a problem? Of course, there could be a conflict of interest. How do we guard against the conflict of interest? By making sure that the institutions work, that things are most transparent, that every Ghanaian can look at this and say, okay, this one deserves that, that one deserves that. And when things are transparent, there's no obscurity. And therefore, everything is plain and our understanding is total. Mahama'S new private jet raises eyebrows. Should he have bought a private jet for the nation? Mahama says, no, we will use that same old one. But let's make sure that we fix it well. In the interim, I will fly commercial. But once in a while, when I'm under pressure, I will use Jetta. Should it be a problem? I'm asking you. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a last story. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kuku show them.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch this. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. To all our sponsors, oh, we love you. This is the biggest platform online when it comes to patriotism and Pan-Africanism, one of its kind. We are called the Black Empire Media, the headquarters of the truth. And the show is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. It's the home of exclusives. And when the big people talk, they talk to us. My brother, my sister, we never talk. We don't report what every other person reports, unless and until we have the X factor, the other side of the story. Come here. It's the Blackport, aka Kukushonemu. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Thanks so much to Tesori Doriente. Oh, exclusive quality. Yes, and of course, it's soft, it's smooth, it's silky, and it's long-lasting oriental fragrance. Rich ladder, oh my God, will make you kingly, queenly. If you're a lady, this should be your choice. And it comes in so many different fragrances. Choose one that represents you and walk identically. Feel like the queen that you are, like the king that you are. It's premium quality, made affordable, and is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Remember, this is a shower gel. A little bit here, shake up the water, and let the rich ladder come up, and the fragrance. Look, houses all around you would want to find out if you have a new garden in your house. This is premium quality, made affordable. Please, for bulk purchases and inquiries, speak to Daddy Ash Limited. Call Daddy Ash on 0244 772599. Oh gosh, it's proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. This is Tesori Doriente. Turn every shower into a royal experience. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. And when we say Millennium Insurance Company Limited, we say your trustworthy partner. Home and allied perils insurance, no problem. Home business, contents against fire, flood, burglary, earthquake, and some other natural disasters. You are covered. Oh yes, you are covered. That is why you must insure with Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. All right? And make sure everything is everything. Make sure that Millennium is here. Oh my God. Oh my God. And if Millennium is not here, don't go anywhere. Move with Millennium. Get your comprehensive third-party fire and theft and third-party motor insurance. It's all about Millennium. Millennium Travel Insurance is also here. Don't travel if it's not Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And we got you covered. Personal accident and group personal accident insurance. Get your 24/7 cover on disability and death for your family and employees. No problem. Visit sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com for more information. Until then, this is your trustworthy partner, Millennium Insurance. And the numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers and speak with Millennium Insurance wherever you are. It's the Blackport, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Thanks so much to Lemfi. We love you and we appreciate you. Yes, we love you. Lemfi. Of course, Lemfi is here. If you're sending money across the nation, across the world, you must do Lemfi. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. And you saw a bit of what we are about to discuss. Story number 3. Watch this. Haruna IDDRISU in another hot controversy. It came out that the Ghana Education Service teacher manuals contained gay, transgender, homosexual connotations. And we saw Reverend Ntim coming out to tell us that no, they will not accept that. Because this same party that was in opposition fought against LGBTQI+. And therefore, they will not accept that. All the books were withdrawn. And Haruna IDDRISU came under intense pressure. My brother, my sister, he made comments about the hair of some students as against religion. And it also became controversial. And we carried all this. there's another controversy. There is another controversy. And do we all remember Adwoa Safo? Adwoa Safo. Yes, Adwoa Safo was an MP, an embittered MP who was ready to give her party a raw deal, the NPP. Adwoa Safo was the Minister of Gender, Social Welfare, blah, 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 blah. She left the ministry, traveled to America, and she said, family first. A supposed lawyer who swore an oath to put the nation Ghana first. Come here. My brother, my sister, at the end of the day, she reneged on that vow and flew to America and changed the whole thing. No more Ghana first, my family first. My brother, she was in America. She celebrated her child's birthday, running around. Her accent all of a sudden changed. Oh my God. She had one of the worst parliamentary vetings in the history of Ghana. They said she had a baby, so they didn't want to waste her time. So in Parliament, they just brushed over things. And Haruna Idrisu was there. And he was one of those that aided her to go away freely without taking her through the meal. So she got it easy. She's a pampered child in the Parliament House, full of controversy. Her party wanted to pass a certain demonic bill known as the e-levy bill, the electronic bill, the levy, electronic levy bill. But the whole of Ghana said, no, we don't want it. We are already facing too many taxes. So, okay, let's take it to Parliament and vote. They knew they had the majority. My brother, my sister. And in a certain Parliament that was kind of hung, Adwoa Safo was asked to come back from the US to help vote and pass the e-levy. It was necessary because it was a hung parliament. This was 2022. My brother, my sister. Then we saw somebody in Parliament. It was the days of the COVID. So she was maxed. And she sat there. The minority in Parliament, led by Haruna Idrisu, raised a lot of concerns about the vote. And they ended up walking out of Parliament. And the NPP had a field day voting massively for the demonic e-levy, claiming that with that levy, Ghana would never go to the IMF and the World Bank. A few days later, they said the e-levy had failed. So Ken Oforiatta was now running to the IMF for a bailout, or else the nation was about to fail. We were going to have a failed state. Kennedy Japan, who was sick at the time, left and came to vote. There was an MP who was carried there in an ambulance on life support. He waited right in front of the Parliament House until it was time for voting. This was the trauma they took those people through. I heard the MP finally died. My brother, my sister, that was what they did. Adwoa Safo must be there. She had problems with the party. She didn't want to go. The rest is history. The bribe money they put in her fidelity account, according to Kennedy Japan, and even more. My brother, my sister, many Ghanaians believe that that was not Adwoa Safo sitting there. It was somebody who looked like her. And they planned it and brought the person there. 4 years down the line, it looks like Haruna Idrisu is paying credence to that rumor. And it looks like he is threatening to reveal the identity of the person. My brother, my sister, let us listen to him as he spoke to TV3, our sister station. Watch this.
And for my tenure, you can go and measure. Someday I'll reveal to the Ghanaian people here who was present and who was not present. That lady MP knows herself, who probably was not available to take a vote that particular day. Certainly not Haruna Idrisu. The lady MP knows herself. She knows who she spoke to. I probably wasn't aware. But you know, as minority leader, I needed to protect her seat. That's why I never wanted people to know who was that person. I mean, even in the vote on e-levy, as late as when I was on my feet, there are about 4 or 5 minority members who were on their way back to Parliament. So strategically, you prolong the debate to make sure your numbers are intact before you go into the vote. So we're very strategic as a, and for my tenure, you can go and measure. Someday I'll reveal to the Ghanaian people here who was present and who was not present. That lady MP knows herself, who probably was not available to take a vote that particular day. Certainly not Haruna Idrisu. The lady MP knows herself. She knows who she spoke to. I probably wasn't aware. But you know, as minority leader, I needed to protect her seat. That's why I never wanted people to know who was that person. I mean, even in the vote on e-levy, as late as when I was on my feet, there are about 4 or 5 minority members who were on their way back to Parliament. So strategically, you prolong the debate to make sure your numbers are intact before you go into the vote. So,
Honorable Haruna Idrisu is a lawyer. You heard him. He said he had to protect the woman's seat. Is it abetment of wrongdoing? I had to protect the lady's seat, the MP. What do you mean by protection? One day, someday, I will reveal who was there and who wasn't there. Are we compromising our democracy? If these rumors are true, that this young woman walked into the Parliament House of Ghana, listen, without any security, pinpointing this person out and saying, you know what, this is a wrong person, then we are in trouble. This was what Haruna was referring to. He said she knew who she spoke to. And we know who she spoke to. Who was she speaking with? What were they complaining about? Did the minority get compromised before or after? What really was it? Ghana Parliament. Can any idiot just walk in there? You don't use thumbprints to open the doors and to clock in? It's still manual? Facial? What is it like? Even where I work as 3FM, the gates will not open if I don't put my thumb in there. Let alone the Parliament House of Ghana. How did she enter with another person's thumbprint? We want to know. But, my brother, I have some information for you. This thing is very easy to unravel. Can we have the travel records of Adwoa Safo? This thing happened on the 22nd, I think, of March 2022. My brother, what happened there? Was Adwoa Safo there? Where are her travel records? Let's see. Was she in the country on the day? We want to know. Kennedy Japan and the rest said she was there. They had to go to her house and bring a certain motorcade. Abna Frema was there. Was that all a charade? Haruna Idrisu says, one day he would reveal this. And he goes ahead to say that that lady, they had to protect her seat. In fact, this sounds to me like somebody who has something he doesn't want to reveal. Can we push him to tell us? Can we push him? Well, Honorable Ras Mubarak is not happy about this. And he says that as a former parliamentarian and a colleague of Haruna Idrisu, he's calling for the head of Haruna Idrisu. We spoke to him from his base in Eswatini. He told us he was not happy about what Haruna had said and that something must be done. Watch this.
Well, to begin with, I was really taken aback, when I read that he had indicated that, in the future, he was going to release or reveal the name. The impersonation of a member of parliament, strikes the heart of our democracy. To think that somebody who is not an elected MP could actually walk into the chambers, the hallowed chambers of parliament, participate in a vote that has effects on the livelihood of millions of Ghanaians, and nothing happens, clearly is something that we must not tolerate. And so what it means is that if an imposter votes in parliament, that particular vote invalidates whatever decision, whatever proceeding that may have been occasioned, and things like this clearly erode public trust and sets quite a dangerous precedent, for the country, So it was a call to have this investigated by an independent, committee of inquiry, and to bring a closure to the issue. This is something that Ghanaians are really, really interested. If you look at the section 158, it criminalizes personation or impersonation as a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 3 years imprisonment, while section 132 addresses fraud, by false pretense, which is, a heavier issue. So if somebody impersonates and then commits an act of fraud, which is to vote in parliament when the person was not supposed to vote, and then somebody actually knows about it and decides not to, say anything about it, clearly strikes deep at the roots of our democratic, governance. And since such, crime does not have, these kinds of crimes do not have a statute of limitation. In other words, they don't expire. It is something that needs to be looked at critically, because the implications are very, very profound. If the honorable minister withheld information for strategic reasons, or perhaps to avoid what I call escalating partisan conflict during that particular vote, what it means is that it highlights how politics can supersede legal duties. And every member of parliament has legal duties, and of course this is something that can hugely damage his credibility as a public servant, especially in his role as Minister of Education, trying to model integrity for Ghana's youth. To be honest, if I knew the person who might have committed this egregious act of violating our constitution, there's no way in our laws that allows for an alien or a stranger, as Parliament puts it, to enter the hallowed chambers of Parliament and take part in proceedings. If I knew, I'm duty bound by law to actually, put out a name, but I don't know. And if somebody knows, then clearly, the person is bound by law to divulge the name.
I don't know, but if I knew, I certainly will put out the name. Well, so what is Haruna Idrisu going to say next? This is a huge controversy. Does he know? And if he knows, why is he quiet? What are they going to do about this? Is it an indictment on his portfolio? My brother, my sister, Haruna Idrisu says one day he will reveal that. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. In my opinion, the truth should always be the truth. We must fight for our democracy. We should never put anything above our country and its democracy. And anybody who does that is not a true patriot. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to do that. And again, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please time now to do that and hit on the notification button. Okay? Now let's look at your comments and we are out. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Emmanuel Siame is watching. Yes, Black Lion the General. Mary Fafasi says, love your African print outfit, Black. Thank you. And Dog Bull Cocky Eye, double cocky eye, right? Doland says, sometimes your insults and pro-Mahama aggression are unwelcome. Which insults? Here we don't insult. We don't. It's not part of this platform. Maybe we're commenting on a mistaken platform. Okay? Double A, please check it again. And Mahama aggression, we are aggressive for anything that is positive. It doesn't matter whether it's Mahama or Joe or Kwame. As long as it's positive, we are aggressive to see it continue. And probably you are here for the first time. This is what we have been doing for the past 30 years. All right? We have been doing this for the past 30 years. We are aggressive when it comes to nation building. Okay? McCarthy Correct says, Blakk, move of fire. Watching you live from Wale Wale. Pandi Pamang says, Blakk, greetings. I like your outfit. Where can I have this outfit? Thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Okay? More comments coming in. And send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. Daniel Ajoyi says, good evening, bro. More fire. McCarthy Correct says, Blakk, more fire. Daniel Adoji says, hi, 100%. Emmanuel Siame says, more fire. Ras Kofi Sun Moon says, Kukusho. More comments. Pandi Pamak says, Blakk, you are looking so hot this evening. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And of course, Isa Yesu says, good evening, Black Rasta. You are doing a marvelous job for your country, Ghana. We pray for you and your team to live long. Thank you. Ras Kofi Okosumun says, come here. Malik Danlak says, what a powerful name. The name is powerful, right? Apangabuno Achibunga. Powerful name. I love it. Yeah, it's a powerful name. More comments coming in. Yes, Apangabunu Achibunga. Mark Romeo Fori says, respect Professor Blakk. Mommy Mary says, Black Rasta, I can listen to you all day and never get tired. Sometimes the way you choose your words to describe certain criminals, like when you call them Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, always makes me laugh. Those kinds of phrases really crack me up. Honestly, they make me want to come back and listen to you even more. This is Mommy Mary, and from the way she writes, you can see that this is a very pretty woman, very beautiful woman. Thank you so much, Mommy Mary. We appreciate you and we love you. And we love all those beautiful remarks, okay? And please stay with us, okay? If you haven't subscribed, please do and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Johnson Kwashe says, keep up the good work for Mother Ghana. Respect. All right, big up yourself, Johnson. We love you. Agova Wisdom says, Blakk, greetings from Mutual. Watch this. Come here. Dash it away. Black pot. Kukushonamo. Your outfit push me to comment. In fact, please, after you take it off, I will be coming for it with due respect. Please greet Dwabelian Zorbil Zatochi, Mr. Ajololo, Antoine, Madame Mabel Lariba, and your cherished Black Empire Media viewers. Enough respect to you, Black Rasta. Blessed love, Agbovo William. Okay? Pandi Pamang says, I can't wait to see this guy suffer for all the pain he allegedly caused us, the Ghanaian people. Famous Masters Black Rasta is a top-notch journalist with facts and evidence-based presentation. Thank you so much, Famous. We love you. Akanayo Zure says, hi, Black. Bless up watching. Hey, Black. How do you understand Italy language that I wrote yesterday? Interestingly, he has a bit of French, you know. So if you understand French, you can understand a bit of the Italian, a bit, not so much. So that one fell. So what you say? Thank you so much, Akanayo Zure. We love you. We appreciate you. More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube. Let them come via Facebook. Or Sign Bedu says, come here. The Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukusho. Number powers. Pandi Pamang says, is he a contractor? Ghana. He said, Isaka says, Ghana is a crime scene under NPP criminals. David Kujewu says, Nana is a robber. I suspect them killing Rollins. Who is Nana? Which Nana? Okay. All right. More comments coming in. And you can send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. PSC says, I'm praying that President John Dramani Mahama makes a legacy by prosecuting all the wicked and corrupt government officials before his tenure expires. Amen. Akanayo Zura says, in fact, Black, this guy called the Boahene is nothing but a ... So Lejimawena says, Black Pot, move of fire. Fire, yabu. Mawena, all the way from Togo. How you doing? You good? Love you. Okay? Raskaba says, Assalamu alaikum, big brother Professor Black Rasta himself. More respect to you, and I pray that the Almighty Allah keeps protecting and guiding you always, inshallah. Samuel A. Sunday Adedekun says, welcome, Black Muwafaya. Semak says, Kukusho demo. And then Jonathan Botte says, one love. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. Jonathan Botte is back. He says, one family, Black Rasta, nice outfit. And that's Emmanuel and Nia. Thank you. And Aminu Muhammad says, Black fire. Empire Media, House of the Truth. And then Forever Ras says, greetings, Black. How you doing? We love you. Obed says, please share the link and bless others. Forever Ras says, where is Stika? Stika's here. Tomorrow we'll have a beautiful story on him. You make sure you watch, okay? Obed says, please share the link. Share the link. Also, Champon says, welcome to the Black Empire Media. More fire, Black Rasta. Rap Thunder says, our country or nothing. Come here. Watch this. Dash it away. Matthew Opoku says, watching you from Caprice. More fire. And Emmanuel Ania says, Black, Showboy said you reported him to the authorities for threatening your life yesterday. Please, how true is that? That's true. Yes, it's true. Yeah, he came out and threatened that if something happens to Shatawale, if FBI people come and take him, I will never have my peace here. And as a law-abiding person, I showed the video to the authorities. And I said, well, this is what this guy has said. Let's observe him and watch him. Before mine could even reach, so many people have reported him for similar things. So they picked him, and then they called me and asked me, oh, Black, other people have reported him, we picked him up. How about your issue? I said, forget about it. That's what I said. I'm surprised they even mentioned it to him. Because for me, if other people are running after you for the same reasons, as for me, forget about it. That was it. Okay? So that's the truth. We are law-abiding people. We can protect ourselves. But at the same time, we must let the law work. True? Okay. All right. Rudolph Basigiyem says, Voice of the Patriot. And Mensa says, the black pot is indeed hot and spicy. Keep up the good work. My mentor, Blakk Rasta. My name is Tampico. All right. More comments coming in. So Legit Mawena says, good evening, sir. Welcome. Watching you live in Togo. Okay. And Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, Blakk, I keep dreaming of helping Ghana get its own refinery, as I told you yesterday. But I hope to get funds from the contributions from all patrons, okay? I will donate $1 million for free. Please, our numbers are rolling on the screen. Send us a message, and that is when the action, the talk, becomes reality. This is the second time Sunday we're talking about. Our numbers are there. Get in contact with us, or you just want to come and show off. No. Talk to us. We are very serious on this platform. And we'll look at the ways. If you have $1 million to donate, we can get people knowledgeable who can help you set up that. Okay? We won't encourage you coming up to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then we are not seeing action. Just talk. Okay? Godfred Kwashiga Eja says, I am doing the listening in Dubai, UAE. Aminu Mohammed says, watching you live from KSA. Thanks for your patriotic teachings. Okay? And Cynthia Clotte says, welcome, sir. Rap Thunder says, always in our prayers, legendary. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedeku says, so after all the oral was a waste, please tell the president we want to see the thieves in jail. And not only the mobile phone thieves. What a shame. So that means you have not been following the platform. Samuel, you are a regular on this platform. And when you make comments like this, you make me feel like you are on a certain agenda. A new court has been set up to speed up these things. People are going to court. They are being dealt with, they've been prosecuted. And you still write that oral is a waste? Went through oral 600 million Ghana cedis, raked back, collected from thieves and all those criminals, back into the country. You still say oral is a waste. Then you are on an agenda. Okay? Henry Atia says, we welcome you, Blakk. I hope all is well. JBSG says, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Warrior. More comments coming in. We are happy. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, don't tell us people have called you to halt Rashida's issues. Never. We don't halt things like that. Wait. In the coming days, you will see action. How can we halt crime? Alleged crime? No, sir. Henry Atia says, fire. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedeku says, Blakk, I'm serious. Please let all the patrons contribute. I'll put down $1 million. You bring your $1 million first so that we ask the patrons. Why? Your contribution is based on other people contributing. Then you are not ready for the project. Okay? Our country or nothing. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, please, is it true you reported Showboy to the authorities? Askia De Lino says, Blakk, Rasta, give to them in the name of the Most High. Henry Atia says, for NPP, never again. Oh, Ghanaians. Samuel says, let's build our own refinery and blah, 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 blah. Askia says, may the Almighty guide you through your journey. And then Samuel says, please stop using the word allegedly. All you are saying is the truth. Don't be afraid. Let them take you to court. Those who say, let them take you to court, they are the first to run when they say come to court. I've seen some of them. Sunday, I won't take your trick. We just respect the system. Once they have not been convicted, we cannot really come out there and convict them. Courts must convict them first. That's why, that's just the respect. You can have all the evidence, but the court must corroborate what you have and come out with a judgment. So it's just the law, okay? Owusu Echampo says, Boahene and Rashida are now Mr. and Mrs. alleged Akonfo. Emmanuel Osei says the name of the justice alone would make him say all the truth at once. Oh, yes. Apangabuno Archibunga. Powerful name. Jose Champo says, Blakk, I think the new judge's name sounds like Dr. Democratic of Congo names, right? I know what you mean. Dr. Congo names. Henry Atia says, Blakk, is only time, but Ghana will again, blah, blah, under JM. Samuel Adedekun says, Blakk, please salute Mahama for giving us the judge who will make us sleep well. Thank you. We will salute Mahama. Salute of patriotism. Aminu Mohammed says, a thief is a thief. Why allege? So we are waiting for them to be pronounced thieves. Then we can take the alleged out. Okay? Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, thank God you have a degree in oil and gas. Please let's join hands and build a refinery for our dear Ghana. A.B. Kumasa says, hey, Baba. Blakk, you are more than Bob Marley. Send the message. Bob Marley, big prophet, heavy prophet. I'm a servant of Bob Marley. Aminu Mohammed says, we can do it. Ghana, please, let's come together to build a refinery by legit donations. More comments? A.B. Kumasa says, brethren, share. Frida Yaboa says, Blakk, did you know Honorable Kwabena Menu had 4 wives? Hey, really? Oh, then he's a Muslim. Maybe he's Honorable Kweku Mohammed Ajiman Aminu. Maybe. Are you serious about that? You once said you will come to Doma. If you haven't yet, ask when you do. My PDF letter is still unread. I sent it to your WhatsApp. Specify, Frida. Did you send to Black Empire Media or you sent to me? Let me know. Which number did you send that to? Is it to me or to Black Empire Media? Because we still haven't seen it. If you don't mind, send it again, and then you note it that this is the second time you are sending it because we said we couldn't find it the first time. Okay? I apologize for that. And Frida says, this man has 4 wives? Really? All right. Paulina says, so-called Anoche also needs to be arrested. He's also another crook. Ameto Michael says, hey, our country or nothing. More comments coming in. Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa says, New Jersey is 37 degrees with slight snow experience. I miss the beautiful weather in Ghana. New Jersey. Where in New Jersey are you? Jersey. Are you in Jersey City? F4 years who says, so the president should use Okada? They should get out. Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa says, is the northern guys gradually assuming the position of the cradle of journalism? It appears you guys are doing a great job with checks and balances in the nation. I salute you all. Kwame Nkrumah will be proud of you. Well, we bless you. Give thanks. Well, there are a lot of people doing good journalism. My brethren, Kevin Taylor, is there, Kwabena, forgotten his name, Nana Tupac is also there. And, a number of people. We are doing our best, okay? Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for those wonderful compliments, okay? So Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa says, in the case of Ibrahim, he's blessed with money. If I should give him any peace of mind, I will conclude that it is a misplaced priority. I still respect his decision, though. I'm trying to understand what you said. If I should give him any piece of advice, okay, I'm sure you wanted to say advice, I will conclude that it is a misplaced priority. To fly the president in and out is a misplaced priority? Really? Okay. Seydou Isaka says, Rasta, did John Dramani Mahama rent the plane or just his younger brother allowed him to use it? Exactly. Victor Thompson says, much ado about nothing. What is the big deal if the president decides to fly his brother's private jet? Unlike Akufo-Addo, who rented $20,000 per hour private jet at the expense of the taxpayer. And he had a shower in the air on our heads. Eric Lopez Abankwa says next time he should channel his investment into providing jobs to the ordinary citizens. I hear he's very kind and generous, create jobs. He's been doing that. He does a lot of that. And his brother needs to work for Ghana. And he decides that, Charlie, let's go. I will take the opportunity to also talk to some business people when we arrive there. Yes, I'm sure wherever Ibrahim flies his brother to, he has some links also in town. He goes to talk to other businessmen and all those things. You know, that kind of vibe. I'm sure he doesn't just fly him and then he sits down waiting for him to come and sit back. He would also go into the hinterlands and talk to the people. Business. F4 years to talk says, as for Ghana, nobody is correct. After COVID, do they expect the president to use Okada for his travel? City boss Richard Castro says, Eric Lopez, you need a job. If you need a job, apply to Jata Cement Company, one of his companies, and you will get it. Okay? And then Ferdinand Gunn says, I don't agree with Madam Jacqueline Yeboah. In my private business, I've employed over 20 people, mostly at the expense of profit. If this is not helping solve the national problem, is this not helping solve the national problem of unemployment? It's a general quote. Of course, there are a lot of individuals who are outsiders, but she's looking at a general thing. No quote is 100% about everything. There would be some exceptions. So you are an exception. And we thank you, Ferdinand. God bless you. Ghana loves you. A.B. Kumasa says, Blakk, I do respect you a lot. Azure's comment was really childish and foolish. Let's face facts. Okay? Your comment, and that's your opinion. Journey of Truth says, Manasseh and Franklin Kujo are senseless in this post. At times, they think they are the only wise people. I thought that Franklin made a point. He just wants the president to come out and say that, you know, the thing is free. We are not being charged anything. My brother is doing it for nothing. And there's no conflict of interest. You watch and see. If Ibrahim ever gets any national cake, watch it and see if he deserves it or not. Then you can say it's conflict of interest. Ibrahim is here. And other countries call him and give him jobs to come and do. Yet during Nana Addo's tenure, they denied him everything. Yet the people we bring here to come and work, they hire Ibrahim as a subcontractor. Do you understand it? When Ibrahim could have done it. It's sad. Politics is killing us. Journey of Truth says, Manasseh and Franklin are senseless. Okay. Janet Nyante Chiwa, that's a beautiful name, says, hi. A.B. Kumasa says, you don't need to pay all the cost of a plane. Installment is possible. Then let me know, which plane is that? Which plane do we pay in installments? I need a plane. Can I pay 50 cedis a month so that I can fly a private jet? And I would willingly fly the president anywhere for free. For free. Sufyan Suleiman says, watching you live, my godfather and prophet of patriotism. Why? Ameto Michael says, come here, dash it away. Men says, live from Paris, A.B. Kumasa says, Samsung is a South Korean company. Yes, it is. Beta Bless Media says, I admire the way our ladies and women have joined this broadcast. May you all be blessed. And don't forget to ask your men and friends to join. Let us push this movement higher. Peace out. Thank you so much, Beta Bless Media. Long time no see, Beta Bless. How are you doing? Yeah, he's been with us right from the start. A.B. Kumasa says, many male babies in Ghana are being named after Mahama. A.B. Kumasa is right and says, Blakk, I like it when you command. Come here! Beta Bless Media says, kok, kok, bulik, bulik. Aha. In our days, we called it alarm shaker. Hey, Godfather. Fauzu Abdullah says, listening to you from Yendi. Hey, Naya Kaula. Bori Issa says, the hypocrisy is too much. Ghanaians talk too much. Very entitled with foolishness. Bori Issa, Kagbanje. Amin Chenyo. Akalara. Trying to speak Gonja. Amin Chenyo. Akalara. Apulinche. And what else? Nchimunta. Okay? Amato Michael says Mahama should be careful using his brother's jet. Why? Let's know. A.B. Kumasa says those who are against Mahama enjoying his brother's private jet are just jealous. Kennedy once told us he will buy for himself a private jet if he turns 60. Now, how old is he? A.B. Kumasa says best regards to you from Zurich. Blakk. Thank you so much. Fauzu Abdullahi says best regards, Blakk. And then Sheikh Sango says these MPP people are like Satan. If you see them crying, know that good things happen. And they don't like that. I like that. A.B. Kumasa says, why Aisha Ibrahim says Mahama only sits in his brother's private jet once in a while. The jealousy is too much. That's correct. Ruben Amega says, some Ghanaians are too petty. Hypocrisy at the highest level. Over 90% of the people are whining. And they will do the same. Over 90% of the people whining will do the same. Beta Bless GH says, Blakk, please, Showboy said he's sorry for what he said to you about you attacking Wale. Father, please forgive him, for he doesn't want to have anything to do with the police anymore. He's my brother. I love him. When I heard him say this, and this is somebody that I've loved. Me, I've always loved Showboy. Even when he was in prison and all that, I've never had an issue with him. Then you come, you want to please Wale. Who Blakk Rasta? Who my FBI form Rebechi Wale? Hey, Anka Africa, Anya, the Jisa who too free. I said, oh, Showboy. We are minyanku. Pawasempa. Na Anka Fremi kakray. Fremi na tumefu. It's not only old people who advise. Young people too can advise. Who they catch them say, who are there, yeah, and why nya there. Blakk, anya abu treka krawa, oh, Showboy, okay, yeah. Who say, we are seeing yami debut. So I decided, say, well, I'll take the video to the police. And I took it to cyber, said, mon frère, papa, I mean, that's all. I took it to them. Before they even received mine, so many people had reported him. And somebody even got him arrested. And they told me, hey, Blakk, some people reported him, so we went there and arrested him. So your issue now fast. I said, where am I? Because of me, somebody will suffer. Please, me, my case, scrape it. They said I should come and sign. Say I wasn't interested. I mean, yeah. Interest. Manu said I was part of it. So that one day, because na Blakk Rasta suka una and I know chire no debi. Me nkan enya minti na eche no. Let it go. I love him. He's my brother, my younger brother. You understand? I was angry when he said that. You understand? But with the channel, he's my brother. You understand? So when I said that, and then they took it off. But I think somebody mentioned to him, said, Ukraunim said, Blakk Rasta, or cool guy, Sano. You know, unim said, or report you. I didn't think I would was some called Blakk Rasta. So unim say, oh no, dear. He doesn't talk about people like you and all that. You know, but or by a ye when you say your mount now no dear on count. I'm sure that's why he says because he was told that I said I don't want it anymore. We have a good heart, don't we? That's why Shatawale decided not to take me to court anymore. He realized that Blakk Rasta said, now Kumaya Fitao. When he's angry, he will talk just like him. But deep inside. Efita. You know, dada, you know, say the thing where you talk, me, I vex so. Like I want to take you go court. But me then Sammy talk with Sammy, say, Abi, you know, say Black Rasta, they love you. You just be say vex small. So, dada, but Charlie, the thing talk, you worry me. Oh. Dada. Say, oh, shut up. Be cool, what? It's cool. You know what? Where you dey? Say, I did my other house for the, Abi, you know, the gardens there. Say, okay, Charlie, make we meet for, dada, you, okay, you are the camp. He finished. We have known each other for several years. Time after time, no, ever scratchy kakra. A scratching swa. Udi. If you come and put yourself, who be a third person? Because me don't know, or don't me. He loves me. And he knows I love him. Hey, if people go to attack Shatta today, look, 5 people that he's supposed to come and call to come and save him, I'll be one of those. Dada, you know, say I did my house, I see say some police dey the back there. My boys too, nobody there. Where? I'll go. It's not about music. Dabi is beyond music. And the truth does not discriminate. And I don't know. So those who are taking sides and doing giddy, no. I want to see what your face will look like. But it's okay to support. And me in front of personal, sir. It's support and no. And the no. Yes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I want to say thank you. If I have not been able to read your messages, please feel no way. We will still go back and look at the messages and respond to whoever needs to be responded to. As if you have asked us any question that we have to respond to, we will give you a response. Until then, thanks so much to all our sponsors and the new ones who are coming on. You see, you've made this show the biggest. What is happening on this platform has never happened in the history of online TV. Look at the quality of sponsors we have on this show. Quality. Look at the quality of people we have on this show. Look at the quality of broadcasting. Look at the quality of information. And it's all thanks to you. Because you believed in us from day one. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Coco Show no more, where we speak truth to power. And my name Blakk Rasta. Hey yo! Hey yo! Why yo!
I want to go.